Dear students, let us proceed from where we have stopped. Watchman of the Lake, Part 5. We are moving to scene 3. Scene 2 we have already seen. In scene 2, Mara met the king already and expressed his dream. His dream was the desire of the goddess to have a tank in his village so that the water of Veda might not be wasted. Now let's see what happens further with Mara's dream and what is the condition of Veda. Scene 3. Many years later, Mara standing before his hut on the bank of a vast lake. There is a mingled noise of wavelets breaking upon the shore, cries of gulls and the rustling of tree leaves. Mara, hallooing, boy, little man, Ganga, Ganga, a distant voice. Father, I am coming. Mara, where are you gone, little man? Sound of running feet. Ganga, here I am, father. You are shouting as if something or the other had happened. I was only behind that tree watching. Okay, now let's see. Mara is in charge of the lake there. Now one man comes there, he does something in the lake, and Mara calls him out, and his name is Ganga. Many years later, Mara standing before his hut on the bank of a vast lake. There is a mingled noise of wavelets breaking upon the shore. Wavelets means small wave of water. So when if at all you had gone to the beach, you might have seen waves of water when they strike to the edge of the bank of the river, there is a kind of noise made. Okay. So the similar kind of noise is there. And cries of gulls. Gulls is a long-winged, web-footed seabird. You might have seen seagulls. Okay, the seagulls are crying there. And the rustling of tree leaves. And there is a breeze, and with the breeze, the tree leaves are swaying or moving here and there. That is found there. Mara, hello. Boy, little man, Ganga, Ganga. Now Mara sees a man in the lake doing something. So he calls out to him. His name is Ganga. A distant voice, Father, I am coming. When he calls out to Ganga, Ganga says, I am coming. Mara, where are you gone, little man? Sound of running feet. Ganga is coming close to him. Ganga, here I am, father. You are shouting as if something or the other had happened. I was only behind that tree watching. I was doing nothing. I was just behind one of the tree. I was standing there, says Ganga. Mara, what were you watching? Ganga, there is a man fishing in the lake. Mara, fishing? Fishing where? Runs and follows him. Hey man, get up. What are you doing here? Man, nothing. So Ganga tells him that he was just standing behind the tree and watching a man who was fishing in the lake. So Mara gets angry because that lake is very sacred and nobody should fish in that lake, in that river. Okay, that is why Mara is upset now. So he runs towards that man and his son follows him. And he asks the man, what are you doing here? What are you doing? Whether you are fishing here? The man replies that no, he is not fishing. Mara, nothing. Then why that rod and hook in your hand? And how did all the fish come into your basket? Did they walk in while you were watching the sky? When that man is telling Mara that he was not fishing, Mara is getting surprised because the man had a rod and a hook in his hand and is telling lies. And there is a lot of fish in the basket and is telling that he was not fishing. Then Mara is questioning him, how come there is fish in your basket without having been fished? Go man, go before you are pushed into the lake. So Mara gets angry with that man. He tells, I am going to push you to the lake if you don't go away from here. Please go away from here. Man, no, I was not catching fish. I speak the truth. So man tells Mara, no, I was not fishing actually. I was just watching the lake. I was just there. And he certifies that he was speaking the truth. Mara, I have been a watchman of this lake for years and I have come across hundreds of storytellers like you. This is my last warning to you. If I see you again with that rod and hook, I will push you into the water. Okay, and Mara is telling the man, Mara knows that the man is lying, he is telling lies, because Mara is very familiar with this such stories, because he had been a fisherman, he had been a watchman from many years, and he has heard many stories of people, such as today's story. The fisherman had told the story. Actually, he was fishing and he was telling lies. And Mara tells him that I have listened to many such stories earlier. Now here go, your fish back where they belong. Do you see, my son? When I am gone, you will be the guard here. So he tells the man, okay, leave the fish, whatever fish you have caught, leave it to the water and go away from here, because I am giving you responsibility. When I go away, and I will give the responsibility of this lake to you. This is what you must do with killers, whether they come with arrow for the gulls, which skim over the water, or with the rod for the fish. So he already gives him some instructions how to look after the lake. He tells not to allow anyone to touch the water of the lake, whether they come with arrow for the gulls which skim over the water, or with the rod for the fish. Some people will come there to shoot the gulls who are there on the water, and some people will come here to catch fish. You should not allow any of them to touch the lake water. They should not do anything in the water, says Mara. This place is sacred and belongs to goddess. Why? Because this place is sacred. Sacred ಅಂದರೆ ಈ ಒಂದು ಲೇಕ್ ಪವಿತ್ರವಾಗಿದೆ. Nobody should touch the lake. And her command is that nothing that flies or swims or walks in these parts should ever be killed. So ಇದು ಒಂದು ಪವಿತ್ರ ಜಾಗ, ಹಾಗೂ ದೇವತೆಯ ಕಮಾಂಡ್ ಪ್ರಕಾರ nobody should kill here anything. Okay, they should not kill anything that flies or swims or walks in these parts should not be killed. Okay, whatever it may be, any small creature may be, it should not be killed. That is the command of the goddess. From my hut I have often seen at dead of night a tiger come down from the mountain, slaking its thirst at that distant corner, but even that has to go untouched. Okay, and Mara tells that one tiger comes here to drink water. Even that tiger should not be touched by anybody. They should be allowed to live. Nobody should kill any creature here. Such is the command of the goddess and the king. Now begone, you fish. Okay, he tells him that is the command of goddess, not only goddess but also of the king. Should not be killed any creature here. ಯಾವ ಪ್ರಾಣಿ, ಯಾವ ಕ್ರೀಚರನ್ನು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುವ ಯಾರು ಕೊಲ್ಲಬಾರ್ದು. ಅದೊಂದು ಕಮಾಂಡ್. ಯಾರ ಕಮಾಂಡ್? ದೇವತೆಯ ಮತ್ತು ರಾಜನ ಕಮಾಂಡ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಆದ್ದರಿಂದ ಯಾರು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುವ ವಸ್ತುಗಳನ್ನು, ಕ್ರೀಚರ್ಸ್ಗಳನ್ನು ಟಚ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಇಲ್ಲ ಎಂದು ಮಾರ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಉಪದೇಶ ನೀಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಮ್ಯಾನ್, ಯು ಆರ್ ಆಫ್ಟರ್ ಆಲ್ only a watchman. So man is really getting surprised. He tells you are just a watchman here. What is that you are doing? Watchman's, what is watchman's duty? Watchman will be just there standing at the gate and doing his duty. He doesn't take care of the property that is inside the compound. Okay, usually they do not have a lot of belonging. They will not go beyond their duty. They do what is their duty and they go. So what is that you are doing? You are just a watchman. Your duty is just to look to see to the lake. It's not you are doing something extra beyond your duty. They are telling him, you are not the master of this place. Are you not taking upon yourself more than your duty? Why are you doing more than your duty? It is not that you should not do all that duty. You are not supposed to do, he tells him. Mara, I am the master of this place. The king made me so. So Mara is really surprised by the words of the man, And Mara is telling him, don't tell that I am not master. I am the master of this place. Who has given him the authority to become the master? The king made me so. The king has given me the authority to become the master of this place. But for me, Veda would have run away and disappeared as she was doing before. ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಐ ಹೂ ಗೇವ್ ಅರ್ ಅ ಹೋಮ್. ಈ ಒಂದು ವೇದ ಎಂಬ ಒಂದು ಸ್ಟ್ರೀಮ್ ಹರಿದು ಹೋಗ್ತಿತ್ತು. ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಕುಡ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಬಿನ್ ಗಾನ್ ವೇಸ್ಟೆಡ್ ಇಫ್ ಐ ಹ್ಯಾಡ್ ನಾಟ್ ಗಿವನ್ ಅರ್ ಅ ಹೋಮ್, ಇಫ್ ಐ ಹ್ಯಾಡ್ ನಾಟ್ ಲುಕ್ಡ್ ಆಫ್ಟರ್ ಅರ್ ವೆರಿ ವೆಲ್, ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಕುಡ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಗಾನ್. Whether she stays and nourishes the cornfields of thousands of king's subjects. Now look along the bank. Do you note its length? ಅವನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾನೆ, see, because of me, this river Veda is staying here and it is nourishing so many fields. It is giving water to so many cornfields and nourishing so many of the workers of the king. So because of me, this Veda is existing here. If you do any harm, it will go away from here. So please don't do any harm. He is advising the man. A fling from the strongest sling will not take stone to the other end of the bank. ಇದರ ಉದ್ದ ಎಷ್ಟು ಇದೆ ಅಂದರೆ, ಒಂದು ಬಿಲ್ಲು ಬಾಣದಲ್ಲಿ ನೀನು ಬೆಲ್ಲು ಹೊಡೆದರೆ ಸಹ ಅದು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ತಲುಪಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಐ ಬೈ ದ ಕಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ಡರ್ ವಾಶ್ಡ್ ಎವ್ರಿ ಸ್ಟೋನ್ ವಿತ್ ವಿಚ್ ದಿಸ್ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ವಾಸ್ ಬಿಲ್ಟ್. I have done so my responsibility so well that I have seen that not one stone also is moved from this bank of the river. ಒಂದು ಕಲ್ಲನ್ನು ಸಹ ಆಚೆಗಡೆ ಮೂವ್ ಆಗಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ನಾನು ಬಿಡಲಿಲ್ಲ. I had taken a lot of responsibility to look after this lake, he says. And I opened the gates that let the water into the fields. ಅಂದರೆ ನಾನು ಗೇಟನ್ನು ಓಪನ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಇದರಿಂದ ಈ ಸ್ಟ್ರೀಮಿನಿಂದ ಗದ್ದೆಗಳಿಗೆ ನಾನು ನೀರನ್ನು ಬಿಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇನೆ. ಐ ನೋ ಹೌ ಮಚ್ ಟು ಗಿವ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ವೆನ್ ಟು ಸ್ಟಾಪ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಐ ಟೆಂಡ್ ದ ಲೇಕ್. ನನಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತು ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಯಾವ ಹೊತ್ತಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ನೀರು ಬಿಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ, ಮತ್ತು ನಾನು ಈ ಲೇಕನ್ನು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ನೋಡಿಕೊಳ್ತೇನೆ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಸಿ ದಟ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಪೊಲ್ಯೂಟೆಡ್ ಬೈ ಮ್ಯಾನ್ ಆರ್ ಬೀಸ್ಟ್. ಈ ಲೇಕನ್ನು ಯಾರು ಇದರ ನೈರ್ಮಲ್ಯತೆಯನ್ನು ಕಳೆದುಕೊಳ್ಳಬಾರದು ಎಂಬುದಾಗಿ ನಾನು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ನೋಡಿಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತೇನೆ. Even that headman of the village who once beat and bullied me will have to beg my permission if he wants to touch the water. ಅಂದರೆ ಹೆಡ್ಮ್ಯಾನ್, you have already seen how that headman near the road work, how he was beating and punishing Mara. And now Mara tells that even if he is a powerful man, he has to ask my permission to use the water of this river, of this lake. Here I am the king. No one can question me. Now go away. I have spoken to you more than you deserve. So I am the king here. You all have to listen to me. And there is no one else to be excused, he tells the man. Now little fellow, my son, you see that man there taking his cow to the water's edge. Now son is with Mara. He shows one man is there with the cow, and the man is taking his cow to the water edge. Okay, I think to make the cow to drink water. Run on and tell him not to take it there. It is very deep at that spot. Okay, now the cow and the man is going. Cow is thirsty and man wants to make the cow to drink water, and that is why Mara is telling his son, go run and tell that man not to take the cow to the water, because their water is mud is very very soft and the cow will be drowned there in that muddy water. So tell him not to take the cow. ಅಂದರೆ ಒಬ್ಬ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಯು ತನ್ನ ದನವನ್ನು ನೀರು ಕುಡಿಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೊಂಡೊಯ್ಯುತ್ತಿದ್ದರು. ಆಗ ಮಾರ ತನ್ನ ಮಗನ ಹತ್ರ ಹೇಳಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೊಂಡೋಗಬಾರ್ದು, ಯಾಕೆಂದರೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ತುಂಬ ಡೀಪ್ ಇದೆ, ಆ ಮಣ್ಣು, ಆ ನದಿಯ ತೀರದ ಮಣ್ಣು ತುಂಬ ಡೀಪ್ ಇದೆ, ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಕಾವು ಮುಳುಗಿ ಹೋಗ್ಬೋದು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾನೆ. ಗೋ ಆನ್. A visitor comes. That time one visitor comes. Mara, he tells Mara, oh brother, when did you come? So Mara addresses him as brother. He respects him and tells him, brother, when did you come? Visitor, just this moment. I left my village at sundown yesterday and I have walked without a pause. ವಿಸಿಟರ್ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ನಿನ್ನೆ ಐ ಲೆಫ್ಟ್ ಮೈ ವಿಲೇಜ್ ಅಟ್ ಸನ್ ಡೌನ್ ಎಸ್ಟರ್ಡೇ, ನಿನ್ನೆ ಸಂಜೆ ಹೊತ್ತಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ನನ್ನ ವಿಲೇಜನ್ನು ಬಿಟ್ಟು ನಾನು ಇವತ್ತು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ತಲುಪಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಮಾರ, ಕಮ್ ಇನ್ ಟು ಮೈ ಹಟ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಸಮ್ ಫುಡ್. ದೇರ್ ಈಸ್ ಬೌಂಡ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಸಮಥಿಂಗ್ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಮಚ್ ದೋ ನಥಿಂಗ್ ವೆರಿ ಗುಡ್. ಮಾರ ಹೇಳ್ತಾನೆ, ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಕಮ್ ಟು ಮೈ ಹಟ್, ನನ್ನ ಗುಡಿಸಲಿಗೆ ಬಂದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಆಹಾರ ತೆಗೆದುಕೊಳ್ಬೋದು. ನಮ್ಮ ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಆಹಾರ ಇರಲಿಕ್ಕಿಲ್ಲ, ಆದರೆ ಸಮಥಿಂಗ್ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್, ಈ ಟೆಲ್ಸ್ ಹಿಮ್. ಮೈ ವೈಫ್ ಈಸ್ ಅವೇ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಮೈ ಸನ್ ಆರ್ ರನ್ನಿಂಗ್ ದ ಹೌಸ್. ನನ್ನ ಹೆಂಡತಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ, ಅವಳು ದೂರದಲ್ಲಿದ್ದಾಳೆ. ಸೊ ಮೈ ಸೆಲ್ಫ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಮೈ ಸನ್ ಈಸ್ ರನ್ನಿಂಗ್ ದ ಹೌಸ್. ಸೊ ನಥಿಂಗ್ ಮೋರ್ grand things will not be there, but some food will be there. Come and have it. He calls the visitor, I have come all the way to ask a favor of you. You know our village is the furthest in our king's domain, and crops parch up and cattle are dying of drought. Will you give us some water? Now the visitor has come there. The visitor has come to ask him a favor. He wants something. What is that he wants? He tells him that our house is very far away from here. It is at the furthest end of this lake, and we need some water. Will you please leave some water for us from the lake? ಈ ಕೆರೆಯಿಂದ ನಮಗೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ನೀರು ಸಿಗ್ಬೋದಾ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಬಂದೇನೆ ಅಂತ ಆ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿ ವಿಸಿಟರ್ ಹೇಳ್ತಾನೆ. ಮಾರ, ಸರ್ಟನ್ಲಿ ಬ್ರದರ್, ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಹಿಯರ್ ಫಾರ್ ಆಲ್ ದ ಕಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಸಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಟು ಟೇಕ್. ಇನ್ನು ಕಿಂಗ್ಸಿನ ಆಡುಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಒಬ್ಬನಾದ ಕಾರಣ ಈ ನೀರನ್ನು ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೆ ನಾವು ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇವೆ. ಓಕೆ, ದಿಸ್ ವಾಟರ್ ಈಸ್ ಫಾರ್ ಎವ್ರಿಬಡಿ. ಕ್ರಾಪ್ಸ್ ಪಾರ್ಚ್ ಅಪ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ದೇ ಆರ್ ಡ್ರೈಯಿಂಗ್ ಅಪ್. ಓಕೆ, ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಕ್ಯಾಟಲ್ ಆರ್ ಡೈಯಿಂಗ್ ಆಫ್ ಡ್ರೌಟ್. ಏನೂ ನೀರಿಲ್ಲದೆ ಪ್ರಾಣಿಗಳೆಲ್ಲ ಸತ್ತು ಹೋಗ್ತಿವೆ. ಅದರಿಂದ ಅವರು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ನೀರನ್ನು ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ಮಾರನ ಹತ್ರ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಮಾರ ಈಸ್ ಪ್ರಾಮಿಸಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಗಿವ್ ಹಿಮ್ ಸಮ್ ವಾಟರ್. ಟುಮಾರೋ ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಕಮ್ ವಿತ್ ಯು ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಸಿ ವೇರ್ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಲೇ ದ ಚಾನಲ್ಸ್, ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಆ್ಯಸ್ ಸೂನ್ ಆ್ಯಸ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಡನ್ ಇಟ್ ದ ವಾಟರ್ ಈಸ್ ಯುವರ್ಸ್. ಮಾರ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ನಾಳೆ ನಾವು ಕೆರೆಗೆ ಹೋಗಿ ನೋಡುವ, ಯಾವ ದಿಕ್ಕಿನಿಂದ ನಿನಗೆ ನೀರು ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಕೊಡ್ಬೋದು ಅಂತ ನೋಡಿಕೊಳ್ಳುವ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಲೆಟ್ ಟು ಯು ಅಕಾರ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಟು ದ ಲಾ ಲೇಡ್ ಡೌನ್ ಬೈ ದ ಕಿಂಗ್. ರಾಜರ ಹೇಳಿಕೆ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ನಿನಗೆ ಈ ನೀರನ್ನು ಬಿಟ್ಟುಕೊಡ್ತೇವೆ. ಡು ಯು ನೋಟಿಸ್ ದೇರ್ ದ ಹಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಲೇಕ್ ಮಡ್ಡಿಂಗ್. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡ್ತೀಯಾ, ಈ ಲೇಕಿನ ಈ ಕೆರೆಯ ಹಾರ್ಟ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಹೃದಯ ಭಾಗದಲ್ಲಿ ತುಂಬ ಮಡ್ಡಿದ್ದಂತೆ ಕಾಣ್ತದೆ. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನೀರು ತುಂಬ ಮಡ್ಡಿ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಇಟ್ ವಾಸ್ ಅ ಫೈರ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಅ ಮೊಮೆಂಟ್ ಅಗೋ. ಸಿ ದೋಸ್ ಕ್ಲೌಡ್ಸ್ ಎಟ್ ದ ಮೌಂಟನ್ ಟಾಪ್, ದೆರ್ ಈಸ್ ಹೆವಿ ರೈನ್ ದೇರ್. ಓಕೆ, ಈಗ ನೋಡು ಮೋಡಗಳು ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಪರ್ವತದ ತುದಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡುವಾಗ ಮೋಡಗಳು ಕಾಣಿಸುತ್ತವೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಎಟ್ ದ ಮೌಂಟನ್ ಟಾಪ್ ದೇರ್ ಈಸ್ ಹೆವಿ ರೈನ್ ದೇರ್. ಓಕೆ, ಈಗ ಜೋರಾಗಿ ಮಳೆ ಬರುವ ಸಾಧ್ಯತೆ ಇದೆ. ವೇದ ಈಸ್ ಸ್ವೆಲ್ಲಿಂಗ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಕ್ಯಾರಿಂಗ್ ಮಡ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಫ್ಲಡ್ ಇನ್ ಟು ದ ಲೇಕ್. ಈಗ ವೇದ ಸ್ವೆಲ್ ಆಗ್ತಾಳೆ. ಶಿ ವಿಲ್ ಸ್ವೆಲ್ ಅಪ್ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ರೈನ್ ನೌ. ಶಿ ವಿಲ್ ಸ್ವೆಲ್ ಅಪ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದೇರ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಮಡ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಫ್ಲಡ್. ಅಂದರೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತು, ಮಳೆ ಬರುವಾಗ ದೇರ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಮಡ್ಡಿ ವಾಟರ್ ಎವ್ರಿವೇರ್. there will be fresh water. It will not be clear water when it is raining. So he is worried that Veda will surely become now muddy and it will flow out and there will be floods. See those clouds at the mountain top. There is heavy rain there. Veda is swelling and carrying mud and flood into the lake. I must keep an eye on her tonight. ವೇದನ ಮೇಲೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಕಣ್ಣನ್ನು ನಾನು ಇಡಬೇಕು, ಯಾಕೆಂದರೆ ಅವಳು ಇವತ್ತು ರಾತ್ರಿ ಪ್ರವಾಹಭರಿತವಾಗಿ ಮುಕ್ಕಿ ಹರಿಲಿಕ್ಕಿದ್ದಾಳೆ. ಬಾಯ್ ಕಮ್ ಹಿಯರ್, ಲೆಟ್ ಅಸ್ ಗೋ ಇನ್. ಐ ಫಿಯರ್ ದೇರ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಹೆವಿ ರೈನ್ ಆನ್ ಅಸ್ ಸೂನ್. ಈಗ ಜೋರಾಗಿ ಮಳೆ ಬರ್ಬೋದು, ಬಾ ಅಂತ ತನ್ನ ಮಗನನ್ನು ಅವನು ಕರೀತಾನೆ. ಕಮ್ ಲೆಟ್ ಅಸ್ ಗೋ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾನೆ. ಲೆಟ್ ಅಸ್ ಗೋ ಥ್ರೂ ದ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಲೆಸನ್. We will read once again the entire part so that you will understand the entire explanation of this part. Now Mara is in charge of the lake. He is looking after the lake very well. He doesn't allow anybody to kill or harm any creature that is existing there around that lake, in or around that lake, and he is very much taking care of that lake. Though there is opposition from people, he is caring for that lake very much. Scene 3. Many years later, Mara standing before his hut on the bank of a vast lake. There is a mingled noise of wavelets breaking upon the shore, cries of gulls, and the rustling of tree leaves. Mara, hallowing. Boy, little man, Ganga, Ganga, a distant voice. Father, I am coming. Mara, where are you gone, little man? Sound of running feet. Ganga, here I am, father. You are shouting as if something or the other had happened. I was only beyond that tree watching. Mara, what were you watching? Ganga, there is a man fishing in the lake. Mara, fishing? Fishing? Where? Runs, son follows him. Hey man, get up. What are you doing here? Man, nothing. Mara, nothing? Then why that rod and hook in your hand? And how did all this fish come into your basket? Did they walk in while you were watching the sky? Go, man, go before you are pushed into the lake. Man, no, no, I was not catching fish. I speak the truth. Mara, I have been a watchman of this lake for years, and I have come across hundreds of storytellers like you. This is my last warning to you. If I see you again with that rod and hook, I will push you into the water, and the fish will feed on you. Do you understand? Now here go, your fish back where you belong. Do you see, my son? When I am gone, you will be the guard here. This is what you must do with killers, whether they come with arrow for the gulls, which skim across the water, or with the rod for the fish. This place is sacred and belongs to the goddess, and her command is that nothing that flies or swims or walks in these parts should ever be killed. From my hut I have often seen at dead of night a tiger come down from the mountain, slaking its thirst at that distant corner. But even that has to go untouched. Such is the command of the goddess and the king. Now begone, your fish. Man, you are after all only a watchman. You are not the master of this place. Are you not taking upon yourself more than your duty? Mara, I am the master of this place. The king made me so. But for me, Veda would have run away and disappeared as she was doing before. It is I who gave her a home where she stays and nourishes the cornfields of thousands of the king's subjects. Now look along the bank. Do you not? Do you note its length? A fling from the strongest sling will not take stone to the other end of the bank. And I, by the king's order, watched every stone with which the bank was built, and I opened the gates that let the water into the fields. I know how much to give and when to stop, and I tend the lake and see that it is not polluted by man or beast. Even that headman of the village, who once beat and bullied me, will have to beg my permission if he wants to touch the water. Here I am the king. No one can question me. Now go away. I have spoken to you more than you deserve. Now, little fellow, my son, you see that man there taking his cow to the water edge? Run on and tell him not to take it away. There, it is very deep at that spot. If his cow slips, warn him to move off a little. Go on, go on. The boy runs away. A visitor, Mara. Mara, oh brother, when did you come? Visitor, just this moment. I left my village at sundown yesterday, and I have walked without a pause. Mara, come into my hut and have some food. There is bound to be something you can munch, though nothing very good. My wife is away. I and my son are running the house. Visitor, I have come all the way to ask a favor of you. You know our village is the furthest in our king's domain, and crops parch up and cattle are dying of drought. Will you give us some water? Mara, certainly, brother, it is here for all the king's subjects to take. Tomorrow I will come with you and see where you can lay the channels, and as soon as you have done it, the water is yours. It will be let to you according to the law laid by the king. Ah, do you notice there the heart of the lake muddying? It was sapphire like only a moment ago. Ah, see those clouds at the mountain top. There is heavy rain there. Veda is swelling and carrying mud and flood into the lake. I must keep an eye on her tonight, calling, "Boy, come, come here, let us go in. I fear there will be heavy rain on us soon." So let's now look at the new words and the meanings that we have learned today. Wavelets are small wave of water, ಸಣ್ಣ ಅಲೆಗಳು, ನೀರಿನ ಅಲೆಗಳು. Gulls is a long-winged, web-footed seabird. Seagulls, you might have seen pictures of seagulls. There are various brands also now. Seagull brand is there. You might have seen the picture of a seagull. Next meaning is skim. Skim means I think those birds were just above the water, just they were moving around. That is called as swimming. Skimming means remove from the surface of a liquid. They were on the surface of the river and they were skimming. Fling is to throw forcefully. Sling is a flexible strap or belt used in the form of a loop to support or raise a hanging weight. Next, part is to make or become dry. Okay, that's all the new words we have learned today in this lesson. So we have learnt that how Mara was very determined and very dedicated with this duty. He was in charge of that lake and he was very responsible. At the command of the goddess, he did all his duties faithfully. That is why goddess might have appeared to him. Such a good and sacred man was Mara. We have to learn a lot from Mara, the determination and the commitment in a given duty. Let's continue and move towards the next scene in the coming class.